Hello and welcome back. So I wanted to do this video where I reflect on releases from this last year, and a lot of these were pretty hyped up and a lot of these I wanted, at least for a little bit. Some I wanted for longer than others, and I am glad I didn't buy them because bottom line, I have enough makeup. Most of this stuff I'm sure is great, but at this point I don't regret that I didn't buy any of these things. I mean, these are all still around. I could get them if I want to, but I'm very glad that I did not because we can't buy everything. I mean, I can't buy everything. I would be broke. So yeah, let's get into it. Next up is the Urban Decay Petite Heat. I wanted this mostly because I thought the packaging was cute. I know, ridiculous. And this came out at the very beginning of the year when I was still mostly into neutral eyeshadows, which I am wearing a pretty boring look today, but I am much more into colorful eyeshadows than I was a year ago. But I didn't need this. I mean, it's pretty warm browns, but yeah, definitely didn't need it. Packaging is very nice. It's $28, which isn't crazy expensive, but for what it is, it's really not necessary. So yay for that. Next up, pretty much all of the Pat McGrath palettes. I have considered trying this brand at all. I mean, I'm kind of including this as a brand in general because so many people talk about it and talk about how great it is. However, we'll talk about Pat McGrath lipsticks and eyeshadows, and they're so amazing, but they are very expensive. And the reason I'm glad I didn't get anything, not is because I think that they're bad. I'm sure they're great. I have decided I cannot justify spending that much money on one makeup item. I just have too much, and I just don't think it makes sense for me to buy something that is that expensive, because if I bought an eyeshadow palette that's over $100, I would want to use most of it up. And with how much eyeshadow I have, that's really not reasonable. So therefore, I'm glad I have not tried Pat McGrath. Next up, kind of in general, same type of brand, but that's Natasha Denona. I really wanted the Tropic palette. And also, actually, for a bit, I wanted the Gold palette. But then I just realized these are over $100 and I can dupe all of the colors. I actually did do a dupes video on the Tropic palette. Beautiful, yes, but no, not for me. Not today. Now, a brand I have really wanted to try, and I actually did just order a palette from them, is Violet Voss. But the Like a Boss palette came out earlier this year, and it's mostly neutral with maybe a pop of purple. I don't even know why I wanted this, but I did. It's $45, but looking back, I'm so glad I didn't buy this. But I am excited for the palette I did buy from them. I think it was one of the smaller ones that they came out with, a sorbet one, and it is very colorful and it looks beautiful. So I feel like that is going to add a lot more variety to my eyeshadow palette collection than that palette would have. Next up is the Morphe Bronzer. It's only $12 and I've heard great reviews on these. I don't know why I even wanted it though, because I think I have 8 bronzers, so that is just not necessary. Yeah, I don't know why I wanted it. I think it was just because people were talking about it and saying that it was good. So I thought, oh, it's only $12, I should try it. But that doesn't really make sense. I already have amazing bronzers in my collection, so I'm glad I did not get this. This next thing, I don't know why I wanted this, but so many people were doing videos on the Fenty Body Lava, and I was like, oh my gosh, this looks beautiful. I want to get this. I want to get all glowy and highlighted. This thing is $59 and I never use products like that. And if I wanted to, I could put liquid illuminizer on my collarbones, my legs, whatever. $59 for that, for something that I know, even in the summer, when I'm wearing shorts, that's always something that it's just an extra step I never do because I forget and it's like whatever anyway. So yeah, I'm glad I didn't fall into the hype of that, but the packaging is beautiful, it looks gorgeous, but no. Now, like I said, I do want to, if I'm going to get eyeshadows, I want more colorful, interesting ones. And there is one that I wanted, the Smashbox Pinks and Palms palette. And I really wanted this because I love mint and pink eyeshadows. Those are two of my favorite eyeshadow colors. But turns out the reviews I saw and the reviews I read on Ulta were not very good of this. The quality on those little cover shot palettes by Smashbox is very mixed. Some people say they're good, but most of the reviews I've seen say that they're kind of mediocre. So Love the color story on this one, but I'm glad I didn't get it because the reviews are not great. Okay, another palette I wanted. If I bought off every palette I wanted, oh my gosh, I would have hundreds of palettes. But I resisted the ColourPop Makeup Shayla palette. It is beautiful, but again, it is mostly neutral, so I don't need it. I didn't get it. I love the ColourPop formula though, so that is a really hard one for me to say no to because the price is right, the quality is there, but I'm glad I didn't get it because I don't need another neutral palette with only maybe one colorful eyeshadow. This next one was hard as well because it is my other favorite eyeshadow formula, and that is Juvia's Place. I did not get the Afrique palette. I wanted to, but somehow their color story just didn't call to me. I don't know why. I'm not sure if it was the packaging or what, or the colors in it are very primary type colors, which I don't know why I don't like that as much. I prefer a bit more interesting colors like a teal, a mint, or something like that. But yeah, I didn't get this, but I'm glad. It's not for me, and I love the Juvia's Place palettes I already have. One more palette, the Norvina palette. It is beautiful, I'm sure, and the quality is amazing. I bought Soft Glam and Sultry this year, and I really love both of those palettes, and part of me was like, well, you should just get the Norvina too because you love these other two palettes, but there are so many similar shades in that Norvina palette to the Soft Glam, except it has a few pink purple shades, and I already have those. If there were more pinks and purples in the Norvina palette and it wasn't primarily a neutral palette, I would for sure buy it, but it's not, so I'm glad that I have passed on that. Alrighty, those are some makeup releases of 2018 that I am thrilled with myself that I was able to at least resist some temptation out there. I bought a decent amount of makeup this year, but obviously I could have bought a lot more and I didn't. So that is very good news. And yeah, thanks for watching.